Alex Belson. So, like everywhere in the world, we have always iconic wines, and for the ones that we know about what happened in Bolgheri, I got a friend of mine that a while ago says, my donkeys eat the grapes of Ornellaia, and they get the aromas of some other bigger wines in Castagneto Carducci. Ornellaia, Alex Belson, here is your position for so many years is?
Well, for so many years, yeah, a few years. I joined Ornellaia in '99 as director, commercial director. So
Alex Belson is the commercial director of Ornellaia, and I have to say, anybody who knows a wine country and who understands big wines of the world has to know about Ornellaia. Not because we talk about sometimes the bigger brother too, which is Massetto and Le Serre Nuove dell'Ornellaia, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And I have to say, sometimes the most affordable ones, because Ornellaia, it was discovered by Ludovico, right? Ornellaia is part today of the Frescobaldi family. It's completely run by the Frescobaldis, correct?
it's actually completely run by an individual team at Ornellaia. So there's a management at Ornellaia at the winery in terms of production and in terms of distribution. Obviously, in some markets we have synergies with the Frescobaldi sales force and everything.
And the vintage that we have, Alex, here.
Yeah.
What is the breakdown? What is the message behind this bottle this time?
Well, I mean, we chose Ornellaia Vintage 2006 because it's one of the mythic vintages, and we wanted to show something really beautiful tonight. It's a very important vintage. It really needs a bit of time to breathe, and we haven't got the time because we're getting a lot of visits to our table. The blend is predominantly Cabernet Sauvignon with some Merlot and a little bit of Petit Verdot. So it's a really lovely vintage. Obviously, a vintage that will age plenty in years to come.
And if you have to say, what is the best vintage ever of Ornellaia? Because, you know, people talk about 97, people talk about 1990, people talk about 1985.
Yes.
What is your favorite vintage?
Well, personally, I'm going to answer in a very strange way. Personally, one of my favorite vintages was one of the hardest vintages. Not the best vintage, but the one I feel most affectionate to, which was the 2002.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Well, there was a lot of rain. It was a very difficult vintage. We had to cut back in our production. We did a lot of sacrifice. But you know what? If you have a bottle of Ornellaia 2002 in your cellar today, open it, drink it. It's just spectacular.
Well, I have to say this is a great message from someone who is actually working inside Ornellaia. 2002, as we know, never was a great vintage in Toscana, but small vintage or no vintage, they make sometimes great wines, and Ornellaia always it has to be an exception. So it's a pleasure to talk to you, Alex. I'm always, touched by the history behind this property, because I know I've been there a long time ago. It was probably.
So you must come back soon.
I have to come back, but I have to come back to taste the Ornellaia 2006. Absolutely. So I got to continue speaking with more people. But once again, thank you so much to the whole team back in Ornellaia with Fiorella. Please say my regards, and seeing Alessandro Lunardi here, we're in safe hands, and we're all in safe hands because the team is great, and they always treat me with such a great sympathy there. So thank you.